Hi there, my name is Will Taylor, and I am the leader of a group out of Austin, Texas called Strings Attached. If you're a Strings Attached fan here in Austin, you obviously probably know that. What I thought might be interesting, I've been tossing around this idea for a few days, is here we are in January 2015. I've been producing and putting on concerts for about 15, 16 years now, and it seems like something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy bringing music and events to people, bringing people together in community. And what I thought I'd do for this coming year, we're on the cusp of doing a new event that I've had really great success with here in South Austin, a private event on the lawn under the stars called Strings on Grass. So I thought it might be fun to sort of document through, a little video. Maybe every day I'll record a little bit and post these videos and have a way of documenting the creation of the new season all the way through the first concert. And why would I want to do that? Well, maybe one, I'd like to make what I do available to those of you out there who are interested in doing the same thing. Share my ideas. I'd also like to be open to your ideas. Maybe there's somebody out there that would like to step in and help me put on this concert series. My goals for the series this year, I'll just go ahead and put that out there, are one, something that I'm always working on. I want to continue to increase our base audience, the audience size that we can expect for every show. The larger that is, the better I'm able to cover the expenses, pay the musicians, and do this and make a good living doing this. Not only do I love doing this, but my dream would be to eventually be able to make a living off of this, not have to tour, not have to do, multiple things, but be able to focus on the thing that I love the most. So the Strings on Grass series gives me the chance. Eventually, I would like to be able to involve more of my original music, original arrangements, bring in larger names. This year we have some great artists that are coming in, and I'll get to that later. Um, it allows me to bring people together on a regular basis. It allows me to stay in Austin, not have to tour, not have to go crazy. Focus my efforts on something that really utilizes what I think are my talents, which are writing, arranging music, leading a band, bringing people together in events. So that this year I really want to focus on that with the Strings on Grass series. And in order to maximize those efforts, the things that I do best, I want to systemize and get this concert series that we do monthly down as much as possible to a system that we can just duplicate. And so part of doing these videos will be to help kind of figure that out. And I'm going to have a link below each video where I'll have a link to the master document on how sort of the anatomy of a concert series, how we put it together, what we do for you know, each show, and the process, the pattern, the template. So part of this process, I'm asking you out there, those of you who may be watching this, to make suggestions, to make yourself known if you want to be a part of this and volunteer for Strings on Grass and help me delegate all the little mini tasks that have to be done so that I can be freed up to do the thing that I do best, which is write music, arrange, rehearse groups, the real creative oriented stuff. So my goal this year is to delegate as much of that off to volunteers and people that I can hire. And maybe through this video process you'll see how I put it together. I've got all these things up in my head from the last 15 years of doing this, and I'd like to get it down on paper in an organized fashion. So the first thing that I'm doing right now, I'll just kind of narrate through what I'm doing, the process of this, putting on the Strings on Grass series. I've spent the last 3 days putting out invites to artists, and the goal with that is I want to get artists who have a buzz in the Austin area. So Strings on Grass is a donations-based concert series, so anybody, regardless of their financial level, is welcome. We do put a suggested amount, usually between $20 and $25, but we want everybody to feel welcome. And I'm basing a lot of this series on a book that was written called How to Make $25,000, or How I Made $25,000 in a 3-month concert series. I can't remember the artist, but if you Google that, you'll find a lot of the concepts of this. And the idea is that I'm creating an experience, not just a concert, but people are going to come where maybe they bring regular friends. They meet up with friends once a month. They can count on this being regular monthly event. It's outside. It's on a beautiful piece of land where people can sit down on the grass. They can have a picnic. Um, we have an opening artist. We have a main act. In the main act, I write arrangements to their music with strings attached. So there'll be cello and violin and muted trumpet and percussion, depending on the artist for the main act. We'll have an opening act that's lesser known, but the main act is somebody in the Austin area or the Texas area that has a buzz. And I want to get as many of those people that have a buzz that bring in their crowd to the Strings on Grass series so they find out about it and tell their friends. So the idea is to try to find the highest profile artist who's familiar with my work and would like to be a part of this process. It involves kind of getting out of their comfort zone and being willing to work with us and our arrangements on a very short-term basis. And I want that whole experience to be something that only happens that one time, so people get a feeling of this incredible value in that once-a-month Strings on Grass series. I used to do these at a church in downtown Austin years ago, and it's sort of modeled after that. And so anyway, I'm trying to create this experience that people look forward to, value, and are willing to part with money to, they feel like they can support us with their donations, and they can come on board as season ticket holders. They bring their friends, and that this thing just grows and grows. So the other things that I've added to the actual experience at the night is we have lights. I wanted to add a screen either on the side or behind the stage where we can play messages while people are waiting, and during the break, messages that encourage them to become season ticket holders. There could be just interesting images from past shows, so something that they can look at while they're waiting for the show to begin with the background music. So I'm just kind of giving you an overview of what the experience looks like. Another thing is that I want to find out from all of my guest artists interesting factoids about themselves. So when I announce them, that it's a very interesting announcement. When I talk about the band members, when I talk about the guest artists, and one of the things I've been doing is finding out the weird, odd jobs that they had in the past. Like were they a clown? Did they dig? One of my artists was a grave digger. So the way I introduce them is, former petroleum economist, former grave digger, things like that. So I make it an interesting introduction. Another thing that I've thought about doing this year is when people order tickets online, give them a chance to submit questions, ask the band. And these questions come ahead of time so that I can sort through them and filter them and have a section either during the performance or kind of sprinkled throughout the performances where I bring up the audience asks the band, or stump the band kind of thing. And people could actually submit those on a piece of paper at the show, and I could have an appointed person kind of filter through those to find the really interesting ones and funny ones and intriguing questions and have those brought to the stage. Maybe I could have that be a regular section when I come back after the break, the intermission or something. I could share some of these questions and bring up the guest artists and have them answer those questions. So again, the idea is I'm trying to create a really juicy, fun outdoor experience where people can bring the whole family. They can picnic, bring wine. We have the two artists, and then we also have the questions, the interesting introductions. So I'm just throwing stuff out here. That's what we're looking at for this year. I already have about 6 of the artists that have said they're excited about doing it. So I've got that set. I need to find another 2 or 3 artists to fill the year, and that's where I am. I'm going through dates. I've got all the possible dates on the sheet of paper here, and we're going to pause the video, and we'll come back with some more information later. And if you want to subscribe, I'm going to have these videos in a podcast if that's an easier format for you to look at these videos. So I'll be right back, but you can contact me at 512-775-2371, and that is if you're interested in being a part of this, volunteering, coming on board, if you think you have a service that you could add to the Strings on Grass experience. Okay? Be right back. All right, so it's Friday, the 16th of January. I'm going to call it a day. Pick up tomorrow An Anatomy of a Concert series, Strings on Grass in Austin, Texas. Thanks for all of your support. If you are out there watching and want to be involved, you can reach me at 512-775-2371 or will@willtaylor.com. Okay, stay tuned.